Monday morning, bad traffic. Let's just turn up the radio here. See if we can get some good tunes. Crank it up. Maybe they'll play some early Stones. Yeah. Maybe they just reached the end of 14 classic hits in a row. And we'll be right back after we send Bill Doberman to Congress. Because Bill Doberman agrees with us. Bill Doberman. It's a name we can trust. Bill Doberman. It's a name we can remember. Let's write it down. Bill just heard 19 uninterrupted classic hits. And now for this terrible traffic backup caused by the evil that cameth down and dwelleth amongst them. And it did cause it their eyeballs to ooze a new substance. And it was a greenish color, but they did not fear. For they knew it, that the following is based on an 800-year lease and does not include tax, insurance, or an actual car. We get your house and your children and your kidneys. $9,000! Bud, Luter, Chevrolet, Opel, Isuzu, Ford, Renault, Jeep, Chrysler, Toyota, Studebaker, Tucker, Honda wants to give you, for no good reason, Bill Doberman. He'll work for you. He'll fight for you. If people are rude to you, Bill Doberman will kill them. Because Bill Doberman enjoyed these 54 classic hits in a row. And now let's pause while insects did swarm upon them and did eat at their children, but they were not afraid. For they trusted in the listening audience. Hello? Hello? Go ahead. Steve? This is Steve. Go ahead. Am I on? Yes. Go ahead. Is this Steve? This is Bill Doberman. And I say convicted criminals have no business serving on the Supreme Court. That's why, as your congressman, I'll make sure that a large quantity of nuclear waste has been spilled on the interstate, and police are trying to give you $17,000 in trade for anything. It doesn't even have to be a car. Bring us a roadkill. We don't care. Bring us a cantaloupe-sized gob of earwax. Bring us huge creatures that were like winged snakes, except they had great big suckers, which did cometh and pulleth their limbs from their sockets like at this pop. But they were not afraid. Nay, they were joyous, for they had just heard 317 uninterrupted classic hits. And now, Bill Doberman will shrink your swollen membranes. Bill Doberman has glowing bodies strewn all over the road, and motorists are going to nick $40,000. We'll just give it to you for no reason. We have a brain disorder. Late at night, sometimes we see these giant grubs with faces like Kitty Carlisle, and we hear these voices saying, Steve? Yes? Steve? Yes? Steve? Yea, and their eyeballs did explode like party favors, but they were not sorrowful, for they knew it. Bill Doberman. Him good. Him real strong. Him your father. Him finished playing 3,814 consecutive classic hits with no commercial interruptions dating back to 1978. And now the radiation cloud is spreading rapidly, and we have unconfirmed reports that liquefied brain parts did dribble out from their nostrils, but they were not alarmed, for they were getting sleepy. Very sleepy. When you hear the words Bill Doberman, you will off. Okay, never mind. I'll just drive. Listen to people honk. Maybe hum a little bit. Maybe even, if nobody's looking, do a little singing. I can't get no satisfaction.
Thank you so much. You're not an angel, you're a man. I'm not a queen, I'm a woman. Take my hand. We'll make a space in the lives that we plan. So here we'll stay until it's time for you to go. Yes, we're different, worlds apart, we're not the same. We laughed and played at the start, just like a game. You could have stayed outside my heart, but in you came. So here you'll stay until it's time for you to go. Don't ask why. Don't ask how. Don't ask forever of me. Love me now. This love of mine, it has no beginning, it has no end. I was an oak, now I'm a willow, I can bend. And though I'll never in my life see you again, still here I'll stay until it's time for you to go. Don't ask why of me. Don't ask how. Don't ask forever of me. Love me now. You're not a dream, you're not an angel, you're a man. I'm not a queen, I'm a woman, take my hand. We'll make a space in the lives that we planned. So here we'll stay until it's time for us to go, to go, to go, to go, to go. It's time for you to go.
I taught art, I taught theater, and I love to hear Spring Lane Church. So I'm going to show you how I plan the puppets and how I drew them. Now this is a very special drawing board. It's not like any other. Oh, that's good. And I drew the puppet on here. And it sort of came out very, very lifelike. So I'm going to show you my lifelike drawings of this puppet. Now I can make any kind of puppet, but I think I'll make a clown, if that's all right. And so we have a clown here, and he needs eyes. So let me make some eyes for him. And take them round, and this one round. And that's the start of my puppet, right? Doing okay? All right. And it's nice if he has little dots in the middle of his eyes. So it goes in there. You go. And some decorations. Another decoration here. And some, maybe he needs a face. He needs a face. Do you think he needs? Well, let's make a hand here. Pretty good, but I've studied art. This is his ears, and I taught it. And this is his nose. What else, does he need anything else? Oh, a mouth. And some lips, maybe some big lips. You're a sweetheart clown. And a hat. And a collar. And there we go. And oh, hair. Now this is my clown, and I try to make the drawings real lifelike, if I can. So this may look lifelike to you. All right? And what? Oh, you not at what? What are you trying to tell me? Not anybody's listening. Oh, that's all right. When you're clever in your ears. Okay, well, that's the way I draw them and make them come to life. But once you get a puppet and you draw it, then you have to do something with it, and you have to make sure that it's trained to do the act. Now, I have a puppet with me tonight that that I'm training. Now, this is a bird. I got this puppet, I got it down in Brazil. Down there, there's a rainforest, and there's a tree, and the puppets make their nest in this tree. So I go down and get it. It's called a puppet tree. And sorry. I go down there and get these puppets, and this is what I'm training. Now, this is a bird, and his name is Sam. I wear this coat when I go down to Brazil to get the puppets, because it's in the middle of a rainforest, and I really need this. And that was a long time ago. I used to go down to that rainforest. And then I have a glove here because he sits on your arm and he grabs hold, and you don't know what's going to happen. So let me get Sam and bring him out here and show you how his training. He's learning to jump through a hoop. That's our goal. And I treat him popcorn. He loves popcorn. So I treat him popcorn when he does that. I hope he's back here. Sam? Hello, Sam? Oh, there you go. Okay. No! Come, get out of your cage. Okay, that's it. No, none of that. Come on. We're going to go show. What are you doing up there? Stop it. All right, now, we're going to show these people how well you do when you are training, all right? So you ready for that? Okay. Well, that's, no, come on. You're not doing it. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do this. Sam isn't cooperating. Come on, Sam. Let's go. Yeah, come on. Now you just climb up there like you're taught to do, and we'll do it. Okay, good. Good. Now just sit there. Remember, you're going to show them how you learn to jump with the hoop, okay? You ready? Okay. Stay on me. Problem. Stay up. Okay, now today we're going to jump through a hoop. All right, you ready to jump through the hoop? Okay, now, where's the hoop? The hoop. Okay. Did you hide it? You hid it. Come on, we need a hoop. Anybody have a hoop?
I found this. Will this work?
Oh, all right, we'll use that.
Okay.
Okay. Is that where you hid it? Okay, come on. Now, wait, you stop it. And we're gonna do, we practiced this. We're gonna do it, all right? All right, sit. Now, I'm gonna hold the hoop here. And on the count of 3, you're gonna jump through the hoop. And then I'll give you popcorn. Okay, you agree? Good, all right. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's funny. You're all right. Well, I don't think it's funny. No popcorn. No, she doesn't have any popcorn. But she doesn't have any popcorn. You have to do the trick before you get the popcorn. All right? Now let's do it right. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. No, you didn't fly through it. You know, you didn't fly through it, but I'll give you a piece of popcorn anyway, so here you go. Here's some popcorn, and we're just, you missed it. You're supposed to be able to catch it. Yeah, come on, any good bird can catch some popcorn. Here you go. Sam, come on, you're gonna do it. Look, here you go. I'll just take a piece and put it in your mouth. There. Now, how's that? What are you doing? Chewing the popcorn? No, you don't do that. No, behave yourself. We're in a church. I'm sorry, it's just not working tonight. So, Sam, say goodbye. Say goodbye. Thank you.
Okay, back to the music. We go from our most senior act into our youngest act. Lindsay and Eliza Giblin performing a tune from Annie, You're Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile.
You look at your style, so you're never fully dressed
Lindsay and Eliza Giblin. Okay, now this particular stage has been the scene of so many good things, and we're going to reenact a couple of them in small parts tonight. In 2009, the Theater Arts Ministry presented Alan Haenel's farce, Loving Lives, set around 1950 when radio soap operas were fading as television took over home entertainment, and no radio show was fading faster or harder than Loving Lives. The show was plagued by poor ratings, oversized egos, and a decrepit building. Lacking even the most rudimentary sound effects, the sound engineer, myself actually, resorted to introducing memory sequences with a string of chimes that cued the actors to speak like this. This particular day's performance has descended into a brawl and is about to be canceled by the sponsor. After the four combatants chase each other off the stage, we are left with Mac Hooper, the overwrought and distraught studio director, veteran, but don't call her old, voice actress Blanche Kennedy, and Bibbsy Sullivan, who showed up expecting to be a dancer, this is radio after all, and got a speaking role only because the writer added a new character at the last minute. We return you to that moment.
I'm astounded with your directorial technique, Matthew. Things were so spontaneous today.
Is this what you people do every day? Sheesh, it's unbelievable. Hey, Mac? You all right? What are you looking at? Hey, wake up.
He's in a stupor, my dear. It's the only kind of rest people in this business can indulge in.
I could have been born into a little sheep farming family in Mongolia. You know, all you have to worry about is milking the goat in the morning and following the little lammies around. Cute little lammies.
The lammy?
The lammies?
My announcer fell asleep. The lights went out. Everyone was talking like this. They were all trying to kill each other. Blanche cut the commercial short. Blanche, why'd you cut the commercial short?
Read your script, Matthew. It has me referring to myself as an old married woman.
Oh, you're not married.
I'm not old, my dear. Matthew, I must be going.
Right, I'm back. All right, here you go, Blanche. So, Blanche, I don't suppose you could get here just a couple of minutes earlier this afternoon for the West Coast broadcast? Things weren't exactly smooth this time through, you know. Maybe we could even have some rehearsal, eh?
I don't believe I missed a line, Matthew. That is, at least at the times I could see the script.
Well, of course, you didn't fluff, but the others might just...
Matthew.
Blanche, please, just Mac, would you?
Matthew, I have other more important radio spots. I have 5 others, all longer, all well written, and all requiring some rehearsal during the day. Loving Lives is low on my priority list. No offense. We all know what being in this particular studio bodes for a program. But I am a professional. Unless termination or cancellation of my contract, I will be here to deliver my lines, and I will deliver them adequately as outlined in the script. Judging from what I heard today during this ignominious broadcast, I would think you have a great deal more to worry about than my tardiness. Or perhaps we were finally so horrendous that you will be relieved of all worries, Matthew.
Thanks for the encouragement, Blanche.
Oh, my pleasure. By the way, will we be following any approximation of the script for the West Coast broadcast?
Well, Blanche, if we had some rehearsal, then maybe we
Yes?
could...
Oh, okay. Well, goodbye.
My turn.
You get yours in the mail.
In the mail? What about her?
Look, when you've been in the business as long enough to get a guarantee in your contract for immediate cash payment following every performance, the way that Blanche Kennedy does, then you can come talk to me.
Guarantee in the contract. I don't even have a contract.
That's true. So I could chalk this whole thing up to volunteer work if I had half a mind.
Now wait a minute. I did a good job and you know it. I even filled in all over the place.
All right. So you did a decent job. I'll give you that. I'll also give you the part again for the West Coast broadcast. If you're lucky, I'll give you the chance to come back tomorrow instead of bringing in a real actress. I'll give you all of that, but I ain't giving you your pay early.
What am I supposed to eat with tonight, huh? What about the sitter? What about a cab? I was told I'd be walking out of here with money right after the job.
That's the policy for the dancers.
And I'm a dancer.
But you didn't dance for this show.
There, are you satisfied? I'm dancing. Here's a little tap, a little mambo, and here's the big finish. Now, pay me.
That was lovely. Thank you for the free show. Payday is at the end of the week for actors.
Okay, no comedy night should be complete without a little Muppet Show humor. And no Muppet Show would be complete without Statler and Waldorf. So in this episode, those of you like me who've seen it about 20 times, Milton Berle, who's played by Spencer Law, our dear intern, vaudeville star who became the first king of television, attempts to do his usual monologue. You can get an intern to do almost anything.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening. Woo! I want to thank Kermit for my introduction. It's the first time I've ever been introduced by an amphibious MC. You all know what amphibious means. It means you can be dull on either land or on water. I feel great. I feel really wonderful. I just got back from a pleasure trip. I just took my mother-in-law to the airport, and while I was there...
Funny.
I heard about that. It's beginning. You're the two guys that heckle from the box, aren't you? There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Get a look at them. Starsky and Crutch. Yeah, don't start with me, boys. Don't start with me.
Hey, Burl.
What?
You know what? I just figured out your style.
Really?
You work like Gregory Peck.
Gregory Peck's not a comedian.
Well,
Now, just a minute, please. I have been a successful comedian half my life.
How come we get this half?
Look, did you come here to be entertained or not?
that's right.
What's right?
We came in here to be entertained, and we're not.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to see you come down here and be funny.
You first.
Now the audience, don't pay any attention to him, folks. He's the ninth child of a family of 8. Let me tell this story. So,
Hey, Burl.
oh yeah, what is it? What is
You
it?
know what you're doing wrong?
What am I doing wrong?
You're standing too close to the audience.
I am? How's this?
You're still too close.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this okay?
A little more.
How far back do you want me to go?
You got a card?
Let me tell you something. If you don't stop, I'll have the usher throw you out.
He can't. He's too busy.
Doing what?
Keeping people in.
And you're encouraging him. That's what you're doing. You know what? I got a good mind to punch you in your nose.
Please, not while I'm holding it.
That's very funny.
Ah, you could use it.
I don't need your material, pal. I got a million funny lines in the back of my head.
Yeah? How come they never reach your mouth?
Gentlemen, will you please? Will you take it easy? You think I'm doing this for fun?
Not so far.
Oh, I see. You think you could do better?
I couldn't do worse.
All right, okay. I dare you both to come down here and entertain.
We should.
Oh, yeah? Do you sing?
Nope.
Do you dance?
No.
Could you get laughs?
No.
Then what would you do?
just what you're doing.
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna call the police.
Good idea. You need all the protection you can get.
Don't. I've had it with you guys. I'm not gonna put up with this anymore. Good grief.
Hey, how is it going, Mr. Burl?
Oh, I'm gonna start with you now. How's it going? It's going terribly. These guys have been picking on me and insulting me ever since I started.
Well, can I help you out?
Please, huh?
Which way did you come in?
Okay, back to the music from a guy who actually left part of this introduction backstage. The next number will feature Statler and Waldorf, or whoever they are, doing a couple of numbers from Wicked. Just to introduce you, since they didn't get an introduction before, Noel Muro was a member of one of Princeton's prestigious a cappella groups, and Karen Giblin is well known around here as a choir soprano and as a singer with the Nonprofits. So when they are ready, we are ready.
There's been some confusion over, not yet. But of course, I'll rise above it.
For I know that's how you'd want me to respond. Yes, there's been some confusion for you. See, my roommate is
Unusually and exceedingly peculiar and altogether quite impossible to describe.
blonde.
What is this feeling so sudden and new?
I felt the moment I laid eyes on you.
My pulse is rushing,
My head is reeling.
my face is flushing.
What is this feeling? Fervent as a flame. Does it have a name? Yes.
Loathing, unadulterated loathing for your face,
Your voice.
clothing. Let's just say
I love it all.
every little trait, however small,
Makes my very flesh begin to crawl.
with simple utter loathing. There's a strange exhilaration in such total detestation. It's so pure, so strong. Though I do it, it came on fast. Still I do believe that it can last, and I will be loathing you my whole life long.
You are just too good. How can you stand it? I don't think I could. She's a terror, she's a taunter. We don't need to show our bias, but Glen, you're a martyr.
Well, these things are such a trial.
Poor Glinda forced to reside with someone so disgusting and fine. We just want to tell you we're all on your side. We share your love.
What is this feeling so sudden and new? I felt the moment I laid eyes on you. My pulse is rushing, my head is reeling. Oh, what is this feeling? Does it have a name? Loathing, let me help him in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a calming bolt from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for
It well may be that we may never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me comes from what I've learned from you, and you'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. So now whatever way our stories end, you know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you,
because I knew you,
I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for.
then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a calling orbit as it passes the sun,
Wind off the sea,
like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. Because I knew you,
because I knew you.
because I knew you, I have been changed for
Nothing expresses emotion like poetry. And we present that most sublime form of poetry, the limerick. Facebook users know that I'm about to introduce one of the great practitioners of the limerick, Karen Paul, presenting just a few of her many masterpieces. Karen Paul.
I have a lot of fun with limericks, and it's just easy to come out some nights. So I have 4 of them to read. So the first one is, tomorrow's my day with the doc. The tumor's not hard as a rock. As a scalpel devours, it will take several hours, but I sure won't be watching the clock. That was right before the surgery. These weeks have been pretty much torrid. The heat's made the town very horrid. The days are so hot, the temp's rising a lot, and the sweat drips right off my forehead. Number 3, dinosaurs once roamed the earth. Their remains in exceptional dearth would make scientists smile that they died in a pile. If they'd known what their bones would be worth. And the last one. There once was a young man named Cyrus who thought he looked very desirous. He felt so attractive, but became quite inactive by getting that coronavirus. You can tell him.
Okay, back to the stage. Laughing Stock by Charles Morey had one of its earliest performances ever here on this stage in 2006. The scene is the Playhouse Summer Theater in Peterborough, New Hampshire. The artistic director, Gordon Page, me, has chosen to stage 3 plays in rotating rep: Hamlet, Charlie's Aunt, and his own adaptation of the Dracula story, Dracul, Prince of the Undead. He is assisted by his ex and probably future wife, Sarah McKay, Susan Hawthorne, putting her mic on over here. The actors are Tyler Taylor, Nick Appleby, and Jack Morris, Ron Offit. Observing is Mary Pierre, Karen Giblin, the latest version of Tyler's Summer Girlfriend. We take you to the first rehearsal of Dracul. Yeah. Okay. Tyler, when the lights come up, you're hereish, and Jack, you're still about there-ish, okay? And welcome to my...
Gordon,
Yes.
sorry for stopping.
And we haven't even started.
Not at all.
How do I get here?
What do you mean?
I mean, how do I get here?
Walk?
In light? In the dark? Am I discovered?
In light.
Thanks.
Good, so...
And what's my as if?
As if?
As if I've come from...
As if you've come from your front door.
That's what I thought.
Okay, good. Tyler, you enter as if you're coming from your front door, and welcome.
Have you thought about morphing?
Morphing?
What about if I morphed? Morphed from my bat form, or possibly my wolf form, into my human form.
Oh, wow. And how does one morph?
Acting, Sarah. Acting.
Oh, acting.
Tyler, I don't know if we could...
Look, let me show you, Gordon. Let me just show you. I haven't worked on this. It's not fully internalized yet. It would need some music.
Oh, I'll hum something from Jekyll and Hyde.
This is kind of the idea. Come to my house, Mr. Harker. Come freely, etc., etc. What do you think?
Was that the bat or the wolf?
Gordon?
But if I see him morph...
Gordon!
Now look, why would I go into the house with this guy if I just saw him morph?
Well, that would become your actor's task to justify.
Right, to justify how dumb this Harker guy is, to sit down to dinner with a guy who just morphed from a bat.
That was a wolf! But if you want to suggest...
I know I've seen that morphing thing somewhere before.
maybe Harker dropped some change and he doesn't see the morphing.
Some change?
Or he needs to put in eye drops.
Eye drops?
Well, he's from England, Jack. I mean, he wouldn't be used to the pollen in Transylvania, would he?
Oh, Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein. Lon Chaney Jr. turning into the Wolfman. It's Gordon's favorite, Tyler. I think you hit a home run with that one.
Or I could erase Harker's memory with a gesture. And he could play it like he had an aneurysm or like a minor stroke or something like that. He grabs his skull.
Yeah, but I don't want to grab my skull.
Gordon, what do you think? Really, it's your call.
That's an incredible idea, Tyler. And boy, if we have the time and the money to explore it, a great idea. Very creative, but...
But one of our goals here at the Playhouse is to rehearse slightly beyond the first scene before we open. So the answer is no, Tyler.
Okay, good. Now, you're there, Tyler. Jack, you're here. Roll log, old dog, port call. Lights up, welcome.
I know. Like, maybe Harker was like a zoology major in college and really fascinated by bats, so he just wants to...
No! Lights!
Welcome to my house, Mr. Harker. Enter freely and of your own will.
Count Dracula?
I am Dracula, and I bid you welcome to my house. Come freely, go safely, and leave something of the happiness you bring.
Wolf howl.
Act with me, Sarah. Become the wolf.
Oh,
The children of the night. Ah, listen. What music they make. May I stop?
Of course, anytime.
Good. Thanks. I'm sorry. It's just there are a lot of issues when you're playing the undead.
Oh, I know.
So, where is the house?
Behind you, sort of up center-ish. Does that work for you?
So, the door is behind me?
It could be below you.
Wouldn't it be better if I were in the door, like holding the door? So, the first thing we saw was my claw-like fingers slowly wrapping around the door.
Ooh, I just got chills.
are you in this scene?
Maybe on welcome to my house. As you speak, you could...
No. I want to complete it before I speak. I want it to be my significant psychological gesture for the role.
But I think we need to move to advance the plot.
Gordon, there isn't really a door.
Tyler, there isn't really a door.
I thought you said it was behind me.
The house is behind.
The front door isn't part of the house?
Well, it would be, wouldn't it?
But it isn't real.
But it isn't real.
You mean this door isn't real?
No, the door isn't real.
Well, perhaps you can tell me how I can justify welcome to my house, Mr. Harker, without a real door.
Well, it's open environment, space, unit, concept.
Maybe anybody, could have explained that to me in New York before I signed the contract.
Tyler, there is no door. There will not be a door unless you pick one up and morph it on with you.
I can do that!
Whatever you want. Okay, now we have Jennifer Brocious and Lane Harris performing a couples dance from Norway. Don't worry, the introduction is long, you have time. Tella Springar, a dance from the Telemark Valley. Springars are some of the oldest dances in their folk traditions. Springar literally means to run. So this is a running dance. In olden times, people settled in various valleys, and because of the mountainous terrain, there was very little travel between the valleys. So each valley developed its own traditional style of dancing. The dance Jennifer and Lane will be doing is in a style referred to as a kitchen dance, a dance that can be done in a small space, as opposed to a more sweeping ballroom dance. The music is in a 3-count rhythm, but the beats and accents are not metronomic, as in, say, a waltz, more like a heartbeat pulse. The tune is played on the traditional Norwegian fiddle known as the Hardanger fiddle, with 4 primary bowed strings and a host of sympathetic strings under the fretboard that carry a haunting resonance of the bowed string. The percussion you hear is the fiddler's feet tromping and is considered a vital part of the music.
My hearing's pretty bad, but.
Get some ropes moment, please. Okay. All right.
That's okay. We're just going to change the set. Okay, this is British humor. Prepare yourself. I don't know how many of you remember Ronnie Barker and Ronnie Corbett. They were known as the two Ronnies. And we used to see them on PBS right before Monty Python in the 70s. Both have been knighted for their service to entertaining their compatriots. Here, Tom Radice is tending bar while Eric Summerer comes in with a bag in his hand.
No, I just come in the door.
What's the name?
It's called the front door.
I mean yours.
Oh, my name's Michael.
Michael, is it? Well, that's a coincidence.
Why?
Mine's James.
The only James I know is tall and thin with a ginger beard. Would that be you?
Yes, that's right. Apart from the glasses, that is.
But you're not wearing glasses.
No, neither does he. Oh, bottoms up.
Is it?
A bloke by the same name as you is coming here same time this morning.
Oh, what's his name?
You never said.
Then how did you know it was him?
Well, I asked him.
Oh. What's that there?
That's a parrot.
Whose is that?
Lord knows.
Who left it there?
Lord knows.
It must be his then. Lord knows.
You fancy a brown ale?
What color is it?
Don't know, we don't stock it.
Oh, I won't have it then. I'll tell you what I will have. I will have a gin without.
Without what?
Well, what haven't you got?
We haven't got lime.
Oh, what about tonic?
Oh, tonic, we got tonic.
Oh dear, that's what I wanted it without. I hear a roar.
It's a very, very frightening thing when you don't know what it is.
What is it?
I don't know.
The parrot never budged.
You know we stuffed.
Oh, who stuffed it?
Lord knows.
Member of the local gentry, is he?
You know, the plumber never came around this morning.
Oh dear, did he come this afternoon?
No, that's twice he's never been.
Oh, I'm a poacher, you know.
I never asked you what you did.
Well, ask me then.
Are you a poacher?
It's none of your business.
Rabbits, is it?
No, clocks.
Clocks?
I'll tell you what. If you can guess how many clocks I got in this bag, you can have them both.
3.
Correct. Now, look at this clock here.
Yes?
See that?
Mm-hmm.
That is unique.
Have you got another one like it?
Yes, here we are.
Now, are they identical?
Yeah, well, that one is.
Oh, yeah. This one is not nearly as identical as that one.
That is definitely the most identical of the two, that. You want to buy one?
How much?
30 quid.
I'll give you 35.
Do me a favor.
All right, I'll give you 20.
Done.
Have you got change for a £4 note?
Oh, yes. There you are.
Well, thank you very much.
And that's yours.
Well, thank you. Have you got the time?
Yeah, what time would you like?
3:30.
No, you'll have to ask me a bit later on.
When?
About 4 o'clock.
Oh, far
Oh, well, in that case, I must be off now.
Are you coming back?
Oh, yes, I shall come back.
Where?
I'll come back here.
Well, you're here now.
That's true. Why don't I wait until I get back? Save myself a journey. The parrot doesn't say much.
No, we still stuffed.
Oh, is he? Why was he stuffed in the first place?
We stuffed in every place. Now, the wife's been away for a few days. They give her a new wooden leg. In cork it was.
Oh, well, at least she'll float.
She's expecting a baby.
Oh, when's that?
Whenever I get around to it.
You know what? You expecting anyone else?
Now, just the baby.
No, are you expecting anyone else in the pub here?
Oh, Lord knows.
Oh, when he gets here, give him a ring, will you?
Who?
Me. Give me a ring.
Yes, well, where will you be?
I'll be here.
Well, what's your number?
It'll be the same number as yours.
Well, we're not on the blower, are we?
Well, in that case, I will reverse the charges.
All right.
Make the post office look silly.
That's what needed.
Who's he?
The Lord knows.
Oh, thank God you've turned up. Your bloody parrot is still here. And scene.
Just for the record, we did have a roaring sound all queued up.
It's quite frightening if you don't know about it.
Okay, we've got one more scene, but before that, I do want to do some thank yous. We owe a lot of people a lot of thank yous. Rick Brownell up in the balcony on right. Our fabulous intern, Spencer Law, who really started the ball rolling on this event. Nick Appleby and Dave Giblin for their untold hours devising and setting up this stage, the videos, the sound cues. Nick for gathering the acts and planning the show, and of course all of you who came to watch. It's been a lot of fun all the way through doing this. So, just one question for the audience. Should we do this again sometime? Now for our finale, we present a somewhat more serious and somewhat longer play called The Green Hill by David Ives. The main characters will be played by Nick and Bethany Appleby with the help of many of the rest of us.
I just have to close my eyes. If I close my eyes, I said, I'm on there. I'm on the green hill. Actually on it. Walking right up the side of it. I probably go there every other day for a second or two. I've been doing it for years.
What is this green hill?
I don't know.
Is it a memory?
It's as real as a memory. I feel as if I've really been on that hill sometime. But I've never gone to any place that's like it.
And now you can go to the green hill anytime you want?
Anytime I want. I
Okay.
said, and Sandy said, okay, Sandy said, go to it now.
Go to it now. Go to the green hill.
Okay, just close my eyes, give me 1 second. And I'm there.
You're on the green hill?
I'm on the green hill.
Am I on it with you?
I don't know. No, I'm all by myself up here. Just like always. God, the air up here. And I can feel the grass under my feet. It's very soft, very springy.
Is the hill high?
It doesn't feel very high. Not like a mountain. It could be a hill in the Swiss Alps below the big snow-capped mountains.
You've never been to the Swiss Alps.
I've never been anywhere except up here.
So what do you see up there?
But it's always the same. I'm pretty close to the top, angling up the slope to my left. The hill's too steep to climb straight up. The top is right up there, not very far. Maybe 50 more paces and I'll be up on top of the hill.
What's on the top?
Nothing, just the hilltop and then sky.
Are there any trees?
No, no trees, no rocks or stones, nothing.
Buildings?
Just grass. It's very smooth, almost like a lawn. Deep green, like pasture. And the sky is a pale blue, just a few thin clouds. And the air, very fresh, slightly cool. It's like an early morning in spring, maybe 7 o'clock before anything started to happen. And I'm just up here walking. God, it's wonderful up here.
Are there any sounds? Bird song? What do you hear?
Nothing, just the breeze.
What's behind you at the bottom of the hill?
I don't know. I'm looking upward toward the top.
Look back now. Turn around and look back down the hill.
I can't. I'm looking the other way, that way.
Have you ever gotten to the top?
No, I'm always right here on the hill, same place, just below the top, angling up toward my left.
If you ever got to the top, what do you think you'd see?
I don't know. I'm just out here walking.
In the middle of nowhere.
Complete nowhere. And I never feel so free. It's not the way it looks so much, it's that I never feel so free as when I'm up here. And all I have to do is close my eyes. God.
And if you open them?
Now I'm back. Hello.
Hello, welcome home. You look refreshed.
It is refreshing up there.
Color and your cheeks and everything.
It's always like a mini vacation.
So what is this green hill? Someplace you went as a kid?
I never went any place like this as a kid, or since.
Someplace where you had a traumatic experience?
I don't feel traumatized up there.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe this is a dream you had.
It feels too real. It's real, Sandy. It's a real place.
Okay.
It's not a dream.
Money?
Money?
Oh, it's a big heap of green and you're free and happy. Maybe it's a vision of having a big pile of money.
No, it's not like that.
Sorry.
It's palpable and it's real specific.
Well, I wish I had a green hill.
I wish I had a green hill, she said. And I said, come up on mine.
How do I get up there?
I don't know, I said. But you love me anyway?
I love you anyway.
Then one day, I'm walking down the street and I pass a travel agency. And there it is. The Green Hill. My Green Hill. Excuse me, I say.
Cancun or Club Med?
No, that poster in your window.
Acapulco!
No, the other one, the Green Hill. Do you know where that place is? Where that picture was taken?
No idea. The world of travel.
Well, I'll buy a ticket to wherever it is, if you help me find it. Is there anything written on the back?
Not a thing.
What do you take for the poster?
We're not really in the poster.
Well, I'll give you $50.
You really can't go anywhere on a bus for $50.
150, what do you say?
Travel costs more than you might think.
$200?
It was cheap.
And that's the Green Hill.
That's it?
Your Green Hill.
Definitely. So it exists. The hill is real.
And you've been what? Channeling it all these years?
Who knows?
How can you tell it's your specific Green Hill?
Well, I just know.
It's lovely. A little generic, isn't it?
No, not at all.
If it really was your Green Hill, wouldn't you be in this picture right about here, walking up the side, angling toward the left?
Very funny.
No, I think it's terrific.
No, but look here, though. On the edge. See the small print?
There's always the small print.
It says, photo by Kretschmar.
Kretschmar.
Find Kretschmar and I find the hill. The real hill. I get to really stand on it. I get to go to the top and see what's around it. Look at the view.
That would be true.
Guess what? I found Kretschmar!
So where's the hill?
Well, it's a little more complicated than that.
Yes, my husband took that picture. I remember the poster. It says travel.
Can I speak to Mr. Kretschmar?
I'm afraid Morgan died 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there any way you could tell me where he took that picture? Or maybe the company that produced the poster, would they know?
It's a little more complicated than that.
What if I come to you?
You don't want to do that.
Well, what's your address? I'll come see you and we'll talk.
Well, all right, if you really want to.
So where does Mrs. Kretschmar live?
Finland.
Finland. Why am I getting this hell-sinking feeling?
You want to go to Finland?
Unless I can take it as a personal day.
Sandy,
I know this is important to you.
we'd take a cheap flight. It'd be
It's
fun.
not only the money.
Well, you have responsibilities.
Morgan Kretschmar, is that even a real name? They probably lure unsuspecting people to Finland, rob them of everything that they have, and dump their bodies into the Baltic.
When you said you wanted to know what the Green Hill was like.
Jake, I can't.
Okay.
Do you love me anyway?
I love you anyway.
Really?
Well, how do you say yes in Finnish?
You tell me when you reach the finish line.
Well, here are some examples of my husband's photos.
Fantastic.
I think you'll see why it's somewhat complicated.
All these photographs,
That's right.
every picture is a green hill.
Green hills were Morgan's subject, except for a few pictures of me. All his photos are just like those green hills, thousands of them.
Beautiful.
He was always off somewhere taking more pictures of green hills. India, Asia, Australia. He died in Australia.
They don't say where they were taken. Is there no way to know where he took any particular picture?
Well, he did keep a catalog of the hills he photographed.
Oh, great.
There you go. It's in that book, but he didn't key the hills to the numbers, I'm afraid.
Alas. Thank you.
How's Finland?
I've hardly noticed.
It's very beautiful over here. When are you coming home?
Well, it won't be for a while.
Is Mrs. Kretschmar a fetching Scandinavian sex queen?
No. Listen, I want to go through all of Kretschmar's hills.
You could do that right here in bed, next to me.
No, I mean, I want to go through his list. I want to go to all of those places.
Jake.
I know how it sounds.
You can't.
I have to. I have a little money saved up.
And then?
I don't know. I'll figure it out. Who knows? The first hill on the list is right here outside Helsinki. That could be the hill I'm looking for, and I'll be home in no time.
Come home, love, please.
I don't have time. Sandy? Hello? Sandy? So I go to the hill near Helsinki, and it's next to a pig iron foundry. It isn't anything like the hill I'm looking for. Too flat on the top. It's too flat on the top for one thing. So I move on down the list. Hill number 24. Very promising hill outside of Heidelberg.
Ah, das ist ja wunderbar.
Wunderschön.
No rocks or trees, gently rounded hilltop, the air moist and fresh like an early morning in spring.
Genau wie der Kunst.
Yeah, for a second I think I've hit it,
Wie die Kunst genau.
but the grass isn't right. It's not quite green enough.
Gimmer.
Gimmer.
If I had you here, I could hold you in my arms and look in your eyes. If you could only look in mine.
Sandy, don't do this.
My eyes are green. Remember that. I'll stand in for your green hill. No rocks or trees on me. I'll slope at the right angle for you. I'll climate control myself to the right spring-like temperature. Name it.
I can't come back yet.
All right.
I can't.
Where are you? Oh, don't even tell me. Doesn't matter. I don't even want to know.
Well, I feel like I'm getting closer, Sandy. Hello, Sandy?
We'll call this geological protuberance Pigeon Hill.
Then I have this odd experience on Hill 62, near the Scottish border.
Wordsworth wrote a poem sitting here on Pigeon Hill. I don't know which poem. I'm not really as up on my Wordsworth as perhaps I should be.
A woman is on the hill, looking around, and there's something about her.
Poet laureate, you know.
Something so familiar about the way she's looking the place over. I wonder if she could be on the same quest I am.
Maybe it was Shelley, now I think of it.
I'm sorry, would you excuse me?
Oh, I beg your pardon. Lovely Americans.
Pardon me.
Chapito?
Can I ask what you're doing here? You here? Doing what?
Frutasja nie porniopto dan liga.
You up here? Why?
Bloyd drummy. Bloyd drummy. Drummy.
Yes, it's Lloyd Thrummy. Are you looking for a green hill too? This hill, you look for green?
Flo?
Low? Low?
Prudesja.
It's okay, thank you.
you.
Thank you.
I will search under that spelling, sir. First name, Sandra?
Sandra, yes, that's right. I know she's in the book.
I'm sorry, sir. It's a new number, unlisted.
Unlisted, but...
I'm not allowed to give that number out, sir.
All right, operator, thank you. 33 hills into Switzerland. I run out of money near the Matterhorn. I take a job in a restaurant.
Hey, Mr. Dream Boy, where are the tortellini verde? The peoples are waiting.
It's coming.
Subito, chop, chop.
Switzerland takes me 2 years.
I fired you.
Europe takes 4 years altogether. Africa eats up another 6. Asia takes 12.
Kill that man! Kill that man! I say kill him!
Outside Kabul, I almost get hanged by an angry mob.
This man is here to take our land and starve us!
I'm just looking for a hill, I said.
He is good for nothing, and I say we must hang him on this hill until he is dead by God.
Hill 16,973. Every American I meet, I ask if they know Sandy.
Don't recognize the name. So what are you doing over here? Great food, huh? Talk about spicy. Don't drink the water, though. And how about these toilets, huh?
I figure Sandy's long married with a family by now. Probably has a nice house with a big yard and kids running around in it. But wait, kids? That'd be years ago. Sandy wasn't yesterday. Sandy was years ago. Decades. This is what I'm thinking. One day in Adelaide, Australia. The day I visit the grave of Morgan Kretschmar. He isn't buried on a green hill. He's in a cemetery as flat as a starched bedsheet. While I'm standing there, over his headstone, I see a familiar face. Hello. You again. Me again. I guess you haven't found the hill.
Trudesja, nie poniuki Anglika.
England, Pigeon Hill, you remember me?
Trudesja.
Suddenly, I can't remember what the hill I'm looking for looks like. I close my eyes, but I can't see anything anymore. There's nothing. There's no landscape behind my eyes of any kind. As if running through the world, I've used the world up, and I'm nowhere at all, inside my head or out of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's time to go home. Thank you. Thank you. Help a guy out and trying to get home. Thank you. I don't have a place. I'm living in a kind of a, well, it's a shelter. It's not a bad place. And tonight I get my passage money together. Morning comes, gather up my things, and I'm walking out of the shelter. When my foot hits a little bump, it hits the door sill, and I sort of trip. And suddenly, I feel grass under my feet. It's very soft, very springy. It's deep green like pasture. Sky, pale blue, few thin clouds. The air is moist and fresh, like an early morning in spring. And I'm headed up the slope, angling left up the green hill. The top is right up there. I'm just about to get to it, and oh, God, it's wonderful up here. I've never felt so free in all my life.
What's on the top?
Nothing. It's the hilltop and then sky.
Are there any trees?
No, no trees, no rocks or stones, nothing.
Buildings? Bird songs? What do you hear?
Nothing, just the breeze.
What's behind you at the bottom of the hill?
I don't know, I'm looking the other way, up towards the top.
Look back now. Turn around and look down the hill.
I can't. I'm looking the other way, that way. 50 more paces and I'll be on top of the hill.
Am I with you?
I don't know.
Look around. Do you see me?
I can't look around.
Am I with you?
Yes. Yes. You're with me.
Open your eyes, Jake.
Just 50 more paces. I'll be on the top. I can see over the other side. I'll see what's around me.
Open your eyes.
Hello?
Welcome home.
Once again, thank you all for coming, and good night. We could use a little help putting chairs and things back together, but thank you all. I hope you had a very pleasant evening.